What up, everybody? This is your girl Keisha from Put Your Phone Down podcast, season 4. And I did tell you all I was going to have new guests, returning guests, and more guests. And listen, I'm going to keep my word. I have a fabulous returning special guest. And, the first time she was on here, we talked about her organization. And I hope that we can just continue to talk about that because that's really an ongoing conversation. But I have her on here. We're going to have a good time with this conversation because it's geared towards everybody. My girl just turned the fabulous 50. She don't look it. Okay, she looks like she in her 30s, but we are going to dive into what it's been like to just turn into this beautiful age, what is meant to her and everything like that. She is an inspiration, y'all. Her voice is very soothing. Every time we talk, she speaks life into you. And she just does. And I want you all to just get a dose of what I get when we do talk. Now, I'm going to be selfish, so y'all can't have all of her. But the little time that I am giving her to you all, just take a listen. I got my girl Felicia on the line, and Felicia, you know what? I don't have to say welcome because you're returning back and it's a blessing, but I'm gonna welcome you anyway, girl. Welcome to Put Your Phone Down podcast. What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? Shoot, a whole lot. I'll first start off and say, correction. My birthday is actually not to the 31st of December. However, I've been celebrating since the beginning of December. I chose to do that because I got tired of the same ritual of doing the same okay, what are we going to do for this birthday? It's New Year's Eve and I'm sharing it with thousands of other people that have plans on that day. So I wanted to do something a little different this year. I wanted to embrace my going into my 50s as I leave my 40s. And I just wanted to do something a little different as far as celebrating myself for the whole month of December. And I'm actually thinking of considering doing it into the end of Capricorn season since, I mean, why not? It's still my
Why
birthday, right?
not? Yes, and you know what? You absolutely right about that, y'all. She has not made the birthday yet, but as y'all hear her, she already celebrating. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the celebration of life. And that's exactly what you are doing. We don't have to wait until that day, you know. And what you're doing is you are, like you said, just giving yourself memory. So just let's take a dive into your world and what we go talk about. What's going on?
Well, I wanted to break the tradition, first of all, with, the same cliche of celebrating your birthday on your actual birthday. And then, some people celebrate it a little different where they just, if they're depending on where their birthday falls, it falls on the weekend or they do a weekend getaway or something like that. But again, I'll say I wanted to do the whole month. I know a lot of people like, well, gee, well, do you expect to actually get gifts every day of the month until your birthday? No, not that at all. It's just that I wanted to create memories with the people that I love, my close friends and family, because we're only here a short time. And I never realized when I was younger what it is to actually just live, and all the struggles that I had gone through and been through, getting to this point in my life, I look back on them and I'm like, wow, I've really have had a journey so far. And even though we're in the journey when we're younger, we don't realize that we're creating memories and we're creating ideas and for the upcoming time in our life once we get to this point. And I'll say this, and I don't mean it in any kind of form or fashion of disrespect, but I mean, if you make it, I'm just gonna put it out there, if you make it, because that's another thing that I wanted to, kind of share and let people know is that, you know it's a blessing to be able to make it, even though I'm 2 weeks shy from turning 50. I've realized that a lot of people don't make it to 50. And what really has triggered me lately, and I have kind of been in my own little depressed and my own solitude and grieving, is because I've had a lot of people that were close to me or either that I knew pass away, like within weeks, months, times. And it's just like, wow, so young, and here it is, I'm still here. So that lets me know that I still have a purpose. And it took me a while to try to understand what my purpose was. And I figured it out. And I'm now wanting to share that with everybody else to let them know that, hey, turning 50 doesn't have to be as bad as a lot of people think it has to be. But you might want to tighten up on some things, like maybe indulging in yourself, not like how we normally indulge. A lot of times we have to do our therapy shopping, and we go shopping for stuff that we necessarily don't even need. But shop for things that are more important, that's going to help you live a longer quality of life, while you're still here. Like maybe visiting your favorite health food stores and making sure you're stocked up on your vitamins and your proteins and um, your uh, your vegetables. Because I don't get a chance to get all my vegetables in, so I have to do an alternative. But yeah, just things like that. Visiting the gym. Me, I like to go to Pilates. Pilates is my thing. But anything that's going to enhance your health, so that you're not sitting wondering like, okay, is this it? I'm about to turn 50. And don't get me wrong, I'm still on the fence. And before I was on the fence, I was like extremely scared of turning 50. I know it sounds like I'm kind of rambling on, but I'm just trying to get everything in and kind of like give y'all the full story of where I'm getting to with stepping into 40s. I mean, I'm sorry, stepping into my 50s. I'm leaving my 40s, sorry.
No, and you know what? This is excellent because it's a lot to unpack. And what you said, it starts from, like you said, the thought of turning into another age. And a lot of times we get scared with a number, but we don't realize every day is a gift. Every day is a gift. And as we turn into that different age, we're saying goodbye to some versions of us that need to be left behind. So I love everything that you said because it is a lot to unpack, you know, and your priorities change, your thought process change. And that's what I'm hearing you say. So as you say goodbye to 40, and enter the fabulous 50s, I just kind of wanted to know before you go into, your testimony and this episode, what are you saying goodbye to in the 40s? What exactly do you think that you've learned in your 40s that you know for sure you can take into your 50s?
Not being afraid.
I
I
like it.
think I spent most of my life being afraid, scared, and worried. And again, I'm 2 weeks shy from turning 50, but I feel like I'm already there, for the simple fact that now that I'm going into my 50s, I feel like, man, you struggled for nothing. You worried for nothing. You got scared for nothing. And where did all of that leave me? With nothing. To
Hmm.
be honest. And I didn't realize that coming into my 50s, I'm like, what are you scared of? What are you afraid of? I think I held myself back from a lot of things that I could have been or been better at, but I was scared to take that next step.
Right. What is it that you came to the conclusion? Like, what was the root of that fear right there?
The root of the fear was dealing with the fact that I have lupus. And um I know a lot of times, or people that might be listening to this, podcast right now, They're probably thinking, well, it's not such a big deal. You turn 50, okay, just like you turn any other number. But 50 for me looks a little different than everybody else turning 50. Um, I spent this would be my ninth year being diagnosed with lupus, so it's been a struggle. It's been hard. I've went through a lot of emotions, and it's just been emotional roller coaster, all the way around. It's just been the emotions from being sick, being in the hospital, losing friends, not in the sense of death form, but more so, they just didn't have the time or didn't understand what I was actually going through. And that's what I mean when I say I lost people, lost friends along the way. And it was very hurtful. And I was afraid of expressing who I really was, and I was afraid of expressing to the world what I have, and keeping all of that bottled in, and keeping the different ideas of how I had to strengthen myself, um rather than just rely so much on the doctors or whatever. I did my own research of trying to get myself in a better position, even though there is no cure for what I have. um I still like to think that I can beat it. And by beating it, I had to believe in myself first and foremost. I had to believe that, and have faith as well. The Almighty God, oh my goodness. That's another story. But I really had to have believe in myself that I could do it. And once I started doing that, I started to think, as I'm approaching my 50s, what are you afraid of? You are basically proving that you're not afraid to try. A lot of people don't even have the notion to even try. They just kind of give up. But if you enjoy life like I do, and you enjoy everything about life and things of that nature, I want to be on this planet a little bit longer, even though it's woo, I'm sorry, it's effed up. It's really, really, really effed up. But I can always find the beauty in something that makes me feel good, rather than look at all the negatives that what's going on in the world.
Wow. That man, lately I've been getting speechless when I'm hearing people's testimony because, we take life for granted. Anybody who does not have lupus, or any other thing that is going on with their health, it's so easy for them to get up and complain from the moment they open their eyes. They complain in traffic, they complain at their job, not realizing that it's somebody out here who misses those moments, because
How
every day for you, it could kind of feel like a struggle. So, what were you
how
about to
about
say?
I was gonna say, how about it's just a blessing just to be able to open your eyes before you even get out of bed?
Hmm.
How about that?
Right.
That part, I think God every day, or try to remember to thank Him every day that I'm able to get a chance to open my eyes and try it again the next day, regardless to whatever anybody's been through, pain, struggle, whatever. At least you had the chance to try it all over again the next day, or do over.
So, I got a question. Do you think you would be this strong, this courageous, and this excited to walk into 50 had you not been diagnosed with lupus? Like, who do you think you would be if you did not have lupus?
You know what? It's funny that you asked that question, because I ask myself that all the time. I'm like, you know what? I don't mean to get too religious at this point, but in a strange way, I feel like God said it's your time. Not in the sense that I'm about to go anywhere anytime soon, but I kind of look back on the timeline of how things started to unravel. I have two beautiful daughters, and the whole time that I was raising them, being a single parent. Um, it was hard. And going to work, sometimes working two jobs and going to school, coming home, making sure the kids did their homework and make sure they've eaten and prepared for the next day. That was a lot for me. I don't think that I would have been able to do any of that had I been dealing with the lupus that I'm dealing with today. Um, this came at a time when I was diagnosed. Pretty much my kids were grown in college. One had just graduated, one was going into college. A lot of things was going on around that time, which also probably contribute to it actually just coming on now because I was extremely stressed around that time. I had lost my job, I had lost my grandmother, I had just moved, I was just starting to go to school, and I just felt like my world came tumbling down. I felt like it was God's way of saying, we need you. But in order for me to use you, this is what I have to place on you because I need you to speak. I need you to be able to tell your story, tell your journey, because I am usually an introvert and I'm pretty much quiet to myself. But I feel like God spoke to me and said, you know what? I don't want you in the corner. I want you to speak. Speak. Speak to these people. Give them what you know. Give them some knowledge. Give them a different type of voice other than the voices they've already heard or the voices that they're hearing that might not be so encouraging or it might not fit what they're trying to do and you might just be something new to a society that's interested in trying to get a better grasp on how to navigate through this life and on top of that dealing with a ailment like lupus.
Hmm. So it just turned you all the way around pretty much. Like,
Hmm.
even just the way that you think and the way that you speak, because I know we met years and years ago, but it's like the person that I'm speaking to now, it is like you found yourself. Like you mentioned earlier, your purpose, and this could have been a situation where you sat in a house and just was like, okay, whatever. But now you finding your voice and you
Hmm.
celebrating life, and the 50s, are right around the corner. And I'm excited about this for you to turn 50. And it's almost like I want to know what you are excited about with these 50s and things like what are you excited about turning into this 50-year-old beautiful woman right here?
Um, Actually, I'm excited about a lot of things because it's like now, it's like I can actually see the road. I can actually see that, before it was kind of shaky. You had some, ifs like, I don't know, should I go this way? Should I go that way? I don't know which road to take. This one look kind of bumpy. This one look like it might curve into a direction that I'm not trying to go in right now. But it's like now everything is just clear. It's like driving down one of those country roads where the pavement is just so smooth and you just glide. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm excited to see what's on that road. I already kind of know what I want. I kind of know what I want to do as far as, once I cross that milestone into my 50s. Um a lot of people like, okay, you're gonna start a business like in your 50s. Yeah, it's never that part is never too late. And the saying that people would say, you're never as old as you think you are, or however that saying goes, I think I probably might have jacked it up. But what I'm trying to say is just because you're turning 50 doesn't mean that you have to be this old person or start feeling like this old person or you can't have fun. No, actually, me turning 50, I feel like I'm 30 actually.
And you look it like
Well, thank you.
so you do. But can I stay here for a minute because you speaking to somebody? Actually, you speaking to more than somebody. Is somebody who's going to be led to listen to this, whether they driving or either they, okay, let's see what's going on. You talked about starting a business and you talked about basically the restrictions the society, this is what I heard, society places on an age limit.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes when we turn 18, we're given the rites of passage. Okay, you grown. And we try to figure it out. And society tells us by a certain age, we have to have a lot of things accomplished. So, by society's standpoint, we've aged out. 50 is, we just supposed to, I guess, be sitting twiddling our thumbs. So, to the person or people that are listening, and you starting that business and you're looking forward to turning the page, time goes fast. If you see we at 20 minutes already, can you
Wow.
speak? Can you speak to the people and let them know about starting that business, about taking those steps, about living life? And I want you to also speak to the younger version of yourself, but it's somebody listening that needs to hear you, and especially about starting that business. What would you say to them?
I would say, first of all, have faith. Number one, believe in yourself. Number two, number three, don't be afraid. My favorite saying is, all is not lost. And I say this because my professor told this to me. I was having issues with a particular subject and got ready to take the test and failed it. And I was just like, and I was really down on myself. And he came up to me and he said, why are you so down on yourself? All is not lost. And I didn't understand what he meant by that. And I just kind of just kept repeating it to myself, all is not lost. And I figured it out. It's basically whatever that you do in life, you can redo it again. The only thing that you can't do is you can't redo death. But anything else in life, while you here still here on earth, it can be done again. So therefore I'm saying don't be afraid to do the things that you want to do because if you fail, there's a chance to redo it again.
Now that long pause was because you was talking to me. Yeah, you was talking to me, and I'm sure other people. And I love that you said that because we get in our heads, you know, and this is from people who don't have, they healthy, they getting up, they ripping and running, but it's still something that tells them I'm not good enough, I'm not ready, you know. And those are all things that we tell ourselves, and we keep ourselves from doing it. Now, I want to kind of go back just a little before we close up because I want to give shouts out to your daughters as well and your family. I want to kind of go back. One of the things you discussed was losing friends and things of that nature. Now, where I'm going is when you're starting a business, how important is it for you to either be quiet or tell certain groups of people? How important is that for you? And what would you tell that person that's starting their business? What advice would you give about the circle of friends as well?
That goes back to me naming off the different things about getting into a business or starting a business. And that goes back to having, oh, I'm sorry, that goes back to believing in yourself. Believe in yourself. I say that because when you believe in yourself, you don't have to be worried about what other people going to say or think. You know what you got is a gift just by your close friends and your close friends and family, that even sometimes it don't even got to be family. Actually, you get more support from people that are not your family. But believing in yourself. When it comes to friends, um that's when you have to have faith. When you have faith, you listen to the Almighty God that will tell you, like He told me, be patient, be quiet, and be obedient.
In that order. In
Mm-hmm.
that order. In that order. And you know what? As you know, I'm supporting you, your business, your birthday, um, just from over here because I love that you have taken life and doing it your way. Ultimately, I honestly believe that's what we're supposed to do. You know, especially when we hear it from the Lord, obedience will never lead you wrong. Now, we don't always
Mm-mm.
understand his ways because it's not going to look like that, but obedience is key. So, like you said, when he say be quiet, you might want to shout to the mountaintops that you have great
Mm-hmm.
news going on. That's the test right there. You know,
Yep.
speaking of some businesses, I know you mentioned you have two daughters, and I want to shout out one of your babies got a business going on. She made an awesome cup for me many years ago. Does she mind? Do you mind shouting out her business and your babies and letting us know what they got going on?
Yes, Jet Lifestyle Creations. She's been in the business now for like maybe 5 or 6 years. And basically she all of her creativity is all custom made. Like pretty much anything that you're looking for, cups, personalized charcuterie boards, lettering, cards, tip jars, you name it, she could pretty much do it. And this
She
is pretty
bad to the
much
bone.
all, yes, all self-taught.
Okay, y'all. She is bad to the bone. So that's Jet Life.
Jet
Uh,
Lifestyle.
Okay, Jet Lifestyle, and I know she has an Instagram, so I just wanted to shout her out. And you got another baby? Anything that we go shout her out to? What she got going on?
Well, she's in school to be a medical esthetician, a traveling medical esthetician. So she is in school right now for that. So it'll be up and coming with her starting her own spa or her own skin line or her skin care line for different types of skin and so forth. So I look forward to that, as
Yep.
well as my other baby with her creation with Jet Lifestyle. Everything that basically I hoped and dreamed for them is actually coming to, I can actually see that it's coming to pass. So I'm excited for their life just as much as I'm excited for my own.
Yes, and we go zoom in on you and your business if you want to talk about it. If you want to, this is your floor. We wrapping up. We at 28 minutes. And I'm just gonna let you tell people what you have going on, what to look forward to right now with you.
I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I'm willing to work and get my resources. But what I'm trying to do is open up a nonprofit organization for counseling for people that are dealing with different type of emotions due to their illnesses that they may be struggling with. There might be a situation where they don't have any family or friends they can talk to that would understand what they're going through, whether it be financially, emotionally, or just feeling alone. um and it's not a lot of places, well, at least for the last 10 years, I haven't found any places that I can just literally just go to and, be around other people that are like myself. I plan to have different activities going and different sponsors come to, the establishment once I have it all set up and everything. Um, Try to help those that need help that are dealing with an ailment, plus they're homeless or whatever. So I wanted to do something, that was pertaining to that. Maybe, something on the, I'm still want to dabble and dab in the cannabis and help those that are really, 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 sick, that are in pain, and they really don't want to either uh go or not indulge so much in like man-made drugs, but they want to try something a little natural, or maybe they want to do a little bit of both, just basically so they're comfortable and not feeling like, hey, this is the end of my life, or is this life, just me being in pain with this illness? Because I believe me, I know it's been a many a days where I've just been in bed like, this can't be life. This can't
Right.
be.
Well, we are going to do some networking for my nonprofit experts out here. And I think I got some connections for you. We got
Okay,
my girl
great.
Felicia on this line. She is doing some great things. Y'all wish her a happy birthday because she is definitely showing you what life is all about. One thing you should take away, you guys, is don't be afraid to live. Felicia said
That's
she
right.
just decided to say, you know what, I'm not gonna be afraid anymore. And when she looked back, she didn't understand where that fear even existed anyway, because she pretty much tackled the things that she set out to do. So Felicia, I really want to thank you for being a returning guest. It's always just a beautiful experience. Like I said, y'all, this
Thank you.
this
It's my pleasure.
you welcome, y'all. So thank you so much. You guys, I'm on season 4 and I wouldn't be without you all. So thank you. Tune in for the next, y'all. I drop every Wednesday and Friday at 6 p.m. I'm on all platforms. I'm excited about that. Until the meantime, y'all be good to one another. Keep supporting your girl and pay attention
Yes,
to
yes.
Felicia. She doing some big things, y'all. Pay attention. All right, Felicia, it's been beautiful. And thank you for being a returning special guest to me.
Thank
Y'all, thank
you.
you. Welcome. And y'all, thank you for listening to Put Your Phone Down podcast. All right,
And
y'all.
can I say one thing?
Yep,
You
one
doing
more
an
thing.
ex you doing an excellent job. Keep up the good work.
Oh, let's see. Don't be having that. You got me lost for word. All right, y'all. And Felicia, you know me and you, we about to talk. But okay, y'all. Have a
All
good one,
right.
y'all. And thank you for listening to Put Your Phone Down podcast.